Welcome to the American Dream. I'm your host, Heidi McMurray, and I'm here at Guthrie Green alongside Reconciliation Way in downtown Tulsa, Oklahoma. While Tulsa is known for the oil industry, it is becoming a technology hub. I'm so pleased to introduce today's guest, Nicholas Lalla. Welcome back to Tulsa, Nick.
Thanks for having me. It's a beautiful day here.
Thanks for coming in town. Today's your big day here in Tulsa.
Yeah.
What are you here for?
We launched Reinventing the Heartland, my new book, just a few weeks ago. And I'm in town with Magic City Books to do a book reading and a conversation and Q&A and book signing with the community.
So tell me more about writing Reinventing the Heartland. What is your vision there?
Yeah. Well, the book chronicles my journey moving from New York to Tulsa in the fall of 2019. So maybe we start there. I was leading the cornerstone initiative of the New York City Mayor's Jobs Plan, an initiative called Cyber NYC, when out of the blue, a local philanthropy in Tulsa, Oklahoma reached out to me and said, "Hey, we'd love to learn about your work." I had a meeting and they said, "Have you ever thought about Tulsa, Oklahoma?" And I was born and raised in New Orleans. I'd been living in New York for a while, and I had to say, respectfully, I hadn't. I'd never been to Oklahoma, knew of Tulsa, but didn't know too much else about it. And ultimately said, look, I'd love to come visit, love to see what you guys are up to. Did that, came to visit. I very ignorantly thought it was more Southwestern than it was. I'm thinking tumbleweeds and crickets and not a lot going on. And ignorant me, it's beautifully green. We're at Guthrie Green Park. It's luscious. It's near the base of the Ozarks. Tons of stuff are happening. Met key stakeholders, met kind of the civic leaders and community leaders across Tulsa about what it would take to kind of develop a cyber cluster in the city based kind of on the University of Tulsa's strong cyber program. And over the course of several weeks, multiple visits to Tulsa, conversations, ultimately ended up pitching the foundation's board of directors on the vision for inclusive tech-led growth. How do you build kind of an innovation economy in Northeast Oklahoma from the bottom up? And they said, that sounds like a really good idea. How about we spin that out and you lead it? And so we created Tulsa Innovation Labs in January 2020, right before COVID. And I moved from New York City to Tulsa to lead that effort.
What do you think the future holds for that program, job opportunities, and so forth in the future?
Yeah. Well, so what I would say is that I think America's innovation system needs to be decentralized away from San Francisco and New York. I actually think that Silicon Valley is an unreplicable unicorn. I don't think that Silicon Valley is the model. I think it's a myth that cities think that they can recreate that special dynamic. What I think is, I think Tulsa Innovation Labs and the work that Tulsa is doing writ large is a more accurate and replicable model for mid-sized cities across the heartland. And so the premise of the book is that cities need to invest in themselves. They need to invest in local assets. They need to build on what they have, not what they don't have. And instead of trying to replicate Silicon Valley, they need to become the best version of themselves. And that's what my organization that I founded, Tulsa Innovation Labs, is doing. It's what this community-wide effort in Tulsa is doing, I think, so successfully. To your question about, what does the future hold? Look, we're in the still early innings of, I think, a generational effort to diversify Tulsa's economy and to grow a thriving tech scene here. I think it's going to take many more years, right? We're in year 5 or 6 or 7, depending on how you count. And so kind of sustainable outcomes are yet to be determined, but I think the trajectory of the city is so strong. And so for me, Tulsa Innovation Labs raised a lot of money in a short period of time, $200 million across the public, private, and social sectors. It takes a lot of work to deploy that capital in impactful ways. And so I think the name of the game for Tulsa Innovation Labs and for Tulsa is to keep doing what they're doing, execute on those initiatives, make sure those investments are paying off, and continuously invest in the community, monitor and track goals over time, ensure that things like affordable housing, transportation infrastructure, public policy more broadly is working in parallel with those economic development investments. But it's going to take time, diligence, effective implementation of initiatives to be truly successful. So would love to have a conversation in 10 years and see where the city's at.
Thank you so much, Nick, for your time today. It was a pure pleasure. And for our viewers, I hope you enjoyed today's show. This is Heidi McMurray. The American dream is for sale right here, right now in the great state of Oklahoma. And until next time, I will be selling dreams in Oklahoma.